otherwise known as the Conversion Crusader, just like it says there. This is a masterclass for dropshippers, and if you just give me a moment, I will jump in and grab all my students and get this started. Welcome to Thursday. Well, not Thursday yet. I'm a bit ahead of myself. It's Tuesday, right? Welcome to Tuesday nights. What do we call this? Marketing review call on the Freedom Club. Man, I've lost my words tonight. My brain is just not working. But we have a load. That's not what you want to hear when you get a load of questions, right? Sorry, guys. Let me get my windows in order and we'll go through all these questions. Alex, it's been a long 5 days without you. Thanks, mate. Except I was live on Sunday. I don't seem to get more than a couple of days break. All right. We're here for some help. Let me give you guys some help. Actually, maybe that's why I couldn't read before. My glasses were off. So, hello, Hanil, Diane, Emily, Alex, Keith. Welcome. Oh, now I can see it. I did the whole last stream without my glasses. Sup, Damon? Again? All right. Let's take a look here. We've got 9 questions. Nine questions to get through. Alan. What's that mean? Violent action. What does violent action mean? I'm confused. Hello, Mia. Violent action. All right, let me get my ad account up and running. And I'm looking for Art Nest. Afternoon, Jess, again. Alrighty, Art Nest, $33 a purchase. Nice. Nice. It's a good start. What we want to see. We spent $1,000 nearly, and we've made some money. I hope we made some money. Selling scratch art, yeah? Do I think 1K is enough to start with paid ads? I do think so. Look, when I start with paid ads, usually I start very slowly with personally, I start with like $20 campaigns. And I do that for a little while. Wow, look at the difference between C1 and C2. Once I'm sure I've got a product, then I start ramping up. 1K should do, I reckon. All right. So C1 and C2. Yeah, I don't know what we're trying to achieve here, having image ads and then... I'm confused here. This isn't really what I teach you to do. Great that you've had some purchases here, but your testing has been useless because, first of all, we don't split campaigns by image and video. We don't do that. In fact, you should only really have one campaign per product, or you have your top of funnel campaign per product, and you have your middle of funnel campaign per product. There's no point having 2 campaigns here. In each ad set, if you're going to go broad, drop in all the images in here too. Let Facebook decide what's going to work and what's not going to work, and you'll have much better results. So I would turn off the image ad campaign, pop your images in here, and you need way more. Way more. We need at least double the amount of videos and double the amount of images that you got. Pop them all into the same ad set, run it for a week, and then come see me. I would hope to bring this, this is a pretty good cost per purchase. It'd be great if you could bring that down to $20. You're doing well, but I need to see more creatives because these will start to dry out soon. That's the only thing. All right. Good work so far, Alan. Really well done. Diane, you wanted to run ads to a side product. that seems to be going viral. The product is relevant in your niche, but also very different to your primary. If you run ads on the side product, will your pixel freak out? No, it won't. Is there a way around this? Not a problem. It's not really a problem. Do you need Facebook auto post campaigns app? What do we need Facebook auto post campaigns app connected? I don't connect Facebook auto post with OmniSend at all ever. So no, you don't need that. What you'd want to do is the new product will need its own campaign. And that's about it. Really? That's about it. Because it might not be the same product, but it's probably obviously got some similarities since it's related to your product. It should all be fine. Don't think, just do. Okay, I know we're going through these pretty quick. Emily and Lucas, Advantage Plus running since the first of the 8. Cost per purchase was not accurate because you had people Googling after seeing the ads. What do you do here? Okay. 10 purchases. So we've had 10 purchases. What am I supposed to do? Oh, green thumb. I can go to green thumb. Okay, cool. Green thumb. Chris suggested $99 a purchase. Damn, Chris, you're an idiot. Why'd you tell him to do that? The cost per click is pretty good. Oh, wait a minute. You just told me that this is not accurate. That's good to know. That's good to know. So we've actually had 10 purchases for... So it's $40 per purchase. Thank God. Okay. Add to cart's not too bad. Could be better. Hold on. That's 400 clicks. How many clicks have we actually had in this ad set here? 318 clicks. Nice. So it's even better than we think. Oops. Okay. So it's around about $40 per purchase, which is comparable. Oh, it's around about the same as you've had. That's nice. Very nice. Cost per click looks good. The click-through rate has gone up, which is fantastic. Cost per click is stable. It sucks that Facebook didn't see those results, but that's not abnormal. That is actually quite normal. Finally found angle. Oh, let's have a look at what's working. So you add 25. Wow. Nice. Great ad. Number of likes on that. Fantastic. So what do you do from here? We scale it up slowly. We scale this puppy. Keeping a tab on your purchases that you're getting from Shopify, making sure that you are actually at that $40 per purchase. If we can stay around there and scale this up a bit. So wait, $40 per purchase. How much does your product cost? How much do you buy this thing for? Where is the link? No, leave them all for now. We don't want to touch this at all at the moment. So it's $89. So it's $50. Yeah, you're making profit, right? You're not buying this for $50. How much are you buying this for? Like 25, 30 bucks? So we're making 25 to 30 bucks per sale. Sorry, profit per sale roundabout. Yeah. Would I turn anything off? Let's go check on all the... No, it's too early to tell. Eventually, once some of these have hit the $100 mark, you probably have a rough idea which ones you could turn off. We're looking for ads that have a low click-through, a high cost per click, and don't get the sales. Don't fall into the trap of like going, okay, this one's getting all the spend and its cost per click is the highest. I should turn this one off. No, don't look at that. Look at sales. And even this sales data here is going to be slightly wrong. Facebook has a hard time attributing. Mostly by 30 meters. It's 115. Nice. Nice. Yeah, dude, well done. Well done. Scale it 20% every 3 days and come back and show me the results on Thursday. And my commission fee will be 10%. No, I'm just kidding. Although maybe I should just start partnering with people and telling them what to do. And taking commission. Maybe that's a better business model. Rhonda, review your Clear Tuesdays. You increase your budget to 65. Not sure how you can tell if you should be increasing the budget or not. Based on your stats, you're making the same amount of sales from both budgets. Okay, you want to duplicate your ad set. Wait, you want to duplicate your current ad set and add new creatives at the same time, but you don't think you'll have the budget to do so. Okay, Clear Tuesdays. Cody, you'd love to have a review? Yeah, sure thing. Drop your link into the this thing. Drop your link in here, and then remind me to refresh my screen. All right, middle of funnel, top of funnel. Spent $41. So if we go back in time to say the first week of July, right? There was no cost per result. So we just gotten started. Okay. Sometimes this is what you got to do, guys. Sometimes you got to break up your data and really look in it and try and understand what it's telling you. Second week of July, $21 per purchase. Nice. Nice. How much did we spend? The whole week we'd spent $175. Next week, we spent double that, nearly $300. And the cost per purchase went up to $34. So the previous week, we got the same amount of sales. Was there anything that changed between the weeks? Did the pricing change? Did it go up or go down? What other things changed? And then this week, so we've got more purchases this week at $42 a purchase. Significantly more. That's 6 more purchases. And you spent $600. Okay. So as we're increasing the budget, we are increasing the sales, but we're not really increasing the profit. Cody, I'm going to need a link to your store if you want a review. But if you want to actually have, if you want an ad review, we'll have to do it next time. But if you want me to review your ad account, you need to invite me. I'll give you my email address here. chrisevers@gmail.com. Now, feel free to like just kick me out of your ad account whenever you want. I don't go hunting through people's ad accounts. I got access to way too many, but it's always your account. Okay, so Kitty Gummies Australia wide, $38 a purchase. What would I do? What would I do? This is where things get challenging. And I've been in this situation before. Cost per... So, hold on. What do I want? I want checkouts. And I want purchases. Okay. 26 checkouts for 10 purchases. Well, that's your problem. That's your problem right there. This is why we're not able to scale yet, because we've had 26 people try and check out and only 10 of them have purchased. If we have a purchase rate below 50% of the checkout rate, we have checkout issues. And that's going to increase your cost per purchase. And as you scale, your cost per purchase is only ever going to go up. This isn't an ad problem right now. Your ads are pretty good. We've got cost per clicks. Let me get your cost per your CTR on ad clicks. Sorry, one sec. I'm not making any sense, am I? Let me get your link, cost per click, link click. And we'll get your CTR link click. Cost per clicks are great, and your CTRs are fantastic. Look, your ads are good. We don't have an ad problem. What we have is a something else problem. There is something, and look, I had the same problem on my latest store. I have the same problem. I have loads of add to carts, and I have loads of checkouts, and very few purchases. It's normal, and it means we need to work on trust and emails. So what could be holding somebody back? If this was my store, I'd be really focusing on the way you get emails. That's the first thing. Your sign up rate to emails. We have to pull every card that we have to try and get the sign up rate to be higher. The higher we go, the better we do. So what I usually do is A/B testing in OmniSend to test different pop-ups. Yeah, the store does look great, doesn't it? Good job. I mean, you're getting the sales. So all we need to do is optimize. And that's what this thing is. I don't want you to change your budgets on your ads until we're able to optimize your conversion rate. I don't know if this is confusing. Yeah, this is confusing. This is very confusing. I have a feeling this is part of the reason why you have a high drop-off rate. Now, I know we want to get people to subscribe, but you could do the subscription as part of the upsell. Now, Damon's asked, do you have pre-upsell or post-upsell? I believe she has post-upsell. I believe. But even to me, this is confusing. So what I would first try and do is get the first purchase. Or think of a different way to subscribe. We definitely don't, when someone subscribes, this is very confusing and pointless. Why do you want someone to subscribe for 3 months? It should be ongoing until they cancel. We don't want to limit it. It's like, whoa, sorry. We only got 1 or 2 or 3 month subscriptions. You can't be subscribed. No, we don't want that. Subscription should just be, hey. And you know what I've been doing? This is something you could try, because we got a lot of things to test from here. We got to try and optimize this. I'd be like, okay, buy 1 and subscribe. Just I don't know if we do it this way, but add 1 to cart, right? And this is probably going to be where I do my upsell for a subscription. It'd be, hey, save $10 by making this a subscription. Get the checkout here. And then this is where we're having problems too. So people get to this point and they're not purchasing from you. So what else can we do? Emails. Let me check my email from you. I know I've been getting some. Clear Tuesdays. Let's take a look here. Okay. Last chance. 10% off welcome 10. Let's just make sure that works. Yep. Oh, well, shit. Oh, no. Did I spell it right? I did spell it right. Well, there's your bloody problem. There's your problem. Boom. Your discount codes don't work. For anyone who missed it. That's why your checkout rate sucks. And that's why you can't scale. Oh man, I love it when we find an actual problem. Let's test this one. Lucky 15. Unless I'm being really dumb. If I'm being really, really dumb, can someone... Oh! Is that because I got a 3-month subscription here too, which I didn't mean to do? I didn't mean to do a subscription. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Sorry, I'm getting a bit animated here. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't want a subscription. One-time purchase, buy one. And then Lucky 15 does work here. Okay, that works. Not so much of a disaster. But how did I do that thing? Okay, welcome 10 working. Lucky 15 should hopefully not work, or should just, yeah, upgrade to Lucky 15. Cool, cool. So far, so good. How did we get to the point where we had the subscription? Okay. Buy one. Nope, it's working. So I must have screwed it up. But your codes don't work with a subscription. That's one thing. And I've got to ask myself. This is so confusing. And then it doesn't tell me that it's a subscription in the checkout. Now it does work. For one item. Let's get rid of both of these from my cart. Shop. Yeah, Damon's right. It's all a bit confusing. You need to have the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. So that idiots like myself who are trying to shop can make it work. Now I click subscribe and save. And I click one time and then I click on 3 months. I add to cart. It doesn't say it here at all. I don't know what I've got in my cart. Because it doesn't say subscription. Yeah, this has got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be. Buy one, subscribe and save 3 months. I just got to test that it doesn't automatically add it when I go, and that's fine. Yeah, I think people are getting really confused. That's my take on this. We'll just double check your emails now. So when you give me, well, that's the welcome series. That's cool. My cart is about to expire. Complete my order. Cool. Cool. That's cool. $69. Is that the same price? It's $59. Why does it say? Oh, maybe you changed your prices after you sent me that. July 28th. That's a week ago. Special code for me to complete my order. It says subscribe and good pickup, Jess. Jess says there's no discount on the price when you click the subscription. So you got to subscribe and save, but none of the prices change. Yeah. You know what? I think get rid of the subscriptions entirely from the product page. You could have a separate product as a subscription maybe, or you need to come up with a better app for it, a better way of doing this. On Homecraftology, I've got, and look, my product pages are about as complicated as I would ever go. But this is the simplest way that I could get it. So I've got my sizes that you can buy, the shape of the diamond that you're going to buy it in. I don't know why that happened. The shape of the diamond, and then with frame or without a frame. So you could have the shape as a variant, the shape, it's not the shape, sorry, the amount that you're going to have, and then your second option could be with subscription or without subscription. Rather than having all of this, it'd be just two options: size and subscription type. Damon says, Jess says you could do the side cut upsell. Absolutely, you could do that. Damon says you could sell the subscription model after the sale in the thank you series. You could absolutely do that. So you could be saying, hey, thank you for your purchase. Here is 25% off a subscription for life. And you could do that again when they get the product delivered. And you could do that 10 days after they get the product delivered. Absolutely. You could have a separate product, which is a subscription that you could use for on Facebook for retargeting. So there's a lot of different things that you could do here, a lot of different ways to do this. But this is obviously confusing people, and it's not the way we want to do it. And I think if you made those changes, I think we could definitely get that cost per purchase down. Glad we found something. All right, where was I? Nearly went to go checking my bloody emails. Forgot I was on the stream. Where were we? Neil, nearly at 1K profit. You know this is a winning product and you can scale. What do I think your next step would be? Well, scaling. Should you increase your product price a little bit? You can try it. But whatever you're going to do, if you're going to increase your budgets, if you're going to increase your product price, do not make more than one change at a time. So if you're going to test increasing your price to $63, run it for a week. Don't backpedal. If like, I know we all want to make money, right? And the worst thing that we can do sometimes is a knee-jerk reaction. So if you're like, hey, I want to test a different price point, and you put your price up to $63, and the next day your sales suck, the worst thing that you can do is quickly backpedal and put your prices back. Give it 3 to 4 days. You need to make sure that it's not just a data anomaly. You need to make sure that that price point is really not going to work for you before you decide what you're going to do. And sometimes you just have a bad day. And we all, like, I see people's posts all the time. I did this thing, I changed my store, and it all plummeted. And they always assume the thing they did caused the plummeting. There are so many factors that it could have been. And if you change too many things at once, you lose grip on what the possible thing could be that ruined your store. So, if you're going to scale, scale. If you're going to test a price point, test a price point, but do not do two things at once. It looks like that price point will help you with your margin too. So I think that's a good idea. Test that first, and if that works, then 4 days later you can increase your budgets. And if that doesn't work, you can backpedal it and then increase your budgets. Demon, you're about to hire a VA for customer support. You need to give them access to your Meta Business Suite. No, what I would suggest is something different. So I've used a lot of customer support tools. My new one that I'm using is called Tidio. I don't know why they called it that, but they did. Tidio is incredible. I used to use what was it called? Reamaze, which was pretty good. But Tidio, the reason I moved across, I'll come back to that question in a second, Hill. The reason I moved across is because this includes AI tools that make my life and my staff's life a lot easier. So from here we have an agent, and yes, this is, you need a human touch. So the humans still operate this, but we can code in questions here that get answered on the website straight away. And yeah, the way this works is you forward all your emails to Tidio, and then your agents come in here and they can use Tidio to answer all the questions here. So they come in and they do this, and you can see we've only got one message in the queue. I mean, when I first installed Tidio from my previous platform, we had like 150 unopened things. So it was crazy. And yeah, so you hook your email in, you can categorize your problems. You can even have a WhatsApp here, and basically you can oversee everything that they're doing, and then code in AI to answer common questions. So I highly recommend this app. I'll give you a link. That will solve all your problems. It does Gmail and it does Meta, 100%. I did have problems connecting my Meta, but I blame all of you guys because I'm attached to so many bloody pages that Meta would not load into this app. But I had one of my staff members connect and she was able to do it flawlessly. You knew I'd have the answer? I nearly always do. ATN, Chris, for your initial testing, am I doing one creative per ad set at $10 a day? I mean, technically that's what you should do, but given how many stores that I've created and how often I go and test new products, I don't personally do that anymore. Like, that is like, if you're gonna follow the course to the T, if you're gonna do all things perfectly and tick all the boxes, you probably should do a small amount of testing, one ad per ad set at $10 a day each. Only if like you're new and you got no idea how to make an ad. For me, I got some pretty good ideas on how to make ads. So I just go and I make 10 of them. I don't hire anyone to make my first ads. I always make my first ads myself because I kind of have a good idea about what direction I want to go in, what angles I'm going to cover, and I go and make them. We use a lot of AI tools these days. We've got some pretty sophisticated AI tools to make some pretty good product images. And I could probably start with maybe 10 image ads and a couple of video ads. I pop them all into one ad set and test it at $20 a day, because when I launch a store, it's bad. I don't launch like you guys. I don't sit there and try to get my store perfect. I just launch with whatever junk I have ready to go. And look, it's like I'm flying an airplane while patching up the walls, and I love it that way because I'm spending $20 per day. So every little change that I can make, I can quickly test. And because I'm spending money on it, it makes me want to get in there and get it all done. And if I don't have that on the back of my shoulders going, come on, Chris, you're spending money on this, fix the store, then I tend to just not launch, and it takes ages to actually get anything done. So I launch as quickly as I can, $20 a day. And that allows me to for one, test my images and test my ads, because your first set of ads are probably going to be shit. Let's face it, mine are usually too. So at least I can test my ads out for $20 a day. And that also gives me traffic, so I can start to find all the holes in my store that I didn't know existed, because I can sit here and critique all of your stores. But man, when I launch my stores, they suck. So I need that data coming in from customers telling me where I need to fix and what angles, or not what angles, sorry, what I need to fix. Klazooncon, how do I define angles? So I use I'll see if I can find it. Hey, just give me a second. I'll come back to your question, Hanil. Just hold on. I've got a set of angles examples that I can show you. What did I call it? That's the question. Was that it? Nope. Just bear with me, my friend. I'll show you how I do it. Was this it? Here we go. I won't spend too much time on this because I've showed this on the stream a bunch of times. You're welcome to go and try and find when I did this, and I certainly should do a YouTube video on this, but this is a template that I build for myself whenever I'm launching a product. So I use ChatGPT to help me find all of these. I start with target audiences. So obviously I do my product page first, and I go to ChatGPT. Here's my link. Here's my product page. Tell me all the target audiences that I could be using for this, and give me some nicknames for them, so that I can highlight them in my ads and have them feel good about themselves. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't go into your ad and go, hey, white women 45 to 35 who like a clean bathroom, how do you like this? No, we don't do that. But if you say like, hey, perfectionists, makes them sound a bit better. So all of these things here are what I use Facebook to try and help me identify. And here are my hooks from all of that. And I'll give you a link to this so you can actually use it for yourself. You did this the other day, Jimmy, and this was a game changer, dude. I should be charging money for this thing. In fact, I probably will in the future. So this, of course, is what it all comes down to. This is how you sell anything. This is what you have to understand. If you can, in your ad, in your landing page, tell anybody the product that they want is based on this formula, dream outcome multiplied by likelihood of success over time times effort times cost. Just think about that for a minute. Because what we're getting ChatGPT to do is to identify the dream outcomes of anyone buying your products. Exactly. Perceived value by Alex, that rings a bell. That's probably where I got it from. So, these are the questions that I asked ChatGPT. Now you can change these so they make more sense. You can change the words, but this is roughly what I say to start getting these answers, and I start to fill these out. And once I've got my objections are so important because you include them as well. Once I've got them, I can then start working on getting some hooks done. And then what I do with my hooks, so these are all ChatGPT hooks that I liked. I don't just copy and paste every single one. They've got to be ones that I like. And then down here, what I've asked ChatGPT, I know this is all messy. I do intend to clean up this template, by the way. This is just my personal quick and dirty template that I put together. I had no intention of sharing this, but I've gone ahead and done it anyway. These are those same hooks. Sorry, not the same hooks. Yeah, they are. These are the same hooks, but with less words. So I'm like, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to say the same thing with way less words. And this becomes my headline on my ads. Once I started doing that, things started to fly. From all of this, I can then start putting together my scripts. And these are all ChatGPT scripts that I just change. Am I really live? Yes, Revu Nova, I'm really live, my friend. I do this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I'd appreciate the like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. So from here, these scripts written by ChatGPT, but you notice they're mostly the same. What I do is I change the first hook. So one, why people's perfection, no streaks, no fuss. That was one of the hooks we have above. And you can see here that we change up the hook in a couple of other things, and the rest of it is kind of the same. I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. So what I can do from here is take these scripts into an AI tool like Arc Ads, right? We can get in here and we can go and create some talking heads. I think I've got some here. I don't know if I have a subscription at the moment. But what you can do, and what I tend to do, is I get the same script talked out by 3 different AI actors. And then in my ad, I can go between 3 different AI actors. And it kind of seems like 3 separate people have said something that's really cohesive. And you get really good ads from doing this. Anyway, that's what I do. Let me share this link with anyone who's interested. If you want to take this and go for it, it's yours. Okay. Where were we? Has Austin mentioned any more about the scaling group? No, not yet. Not yet, but he is quite busy, so I'm just waiting for him to tell me when it's all starting. Where were we? We were looking at Hanil's second part of his question. Do I think you should increase your budgets? You've added more ads in Creative Plus. Should you? I don't see any more questions. Hanil, did I miss one? Cluzicom, sorry. You also document your journey on your channel? That's fantastic. Awesome. I'm pretty lucky because you know, I get compensated by Freedom Club to teach the students, and I get to do this on my channel as well. So I'm kind of just like I grew from nothing. This tiny little channel. I mean, we've only got what, 1.5 thousand subscribers, but I only ever go live. Hanil, we're checking your ad account for Snugwell. Okay. All right, Snugwell. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to change my answer, Hanil. Test one thing at a time. Either you increase your budgets, or you test an increased price point first. Don't do both at the same time. And at $25 per purchase, I'd say the most important thing is testing what happens when you increase the cost of your product. Because as you scale, this is only going to go up. And while you're making money right now, It's going to be harder and harder and harder the more budget we add to this. So let's see if that works at the higher price point. And we still need to probably work on your upsell too. Anil, we still need to work on the landing page. You have a lot of missed add to carts. Where's your landing page? Let's take a look. And Classic.com, man. So help me out here, bro. I've started this is for anybody else. I've started a Reddit forum for us. I call it Elite Dropshippers. Jump in here and share your links and share your YouTube link. Jump on in. I'm gonna start posting more and more stuff in here too. I want to grow this to be something useful. So feel free to jump on in, and any links that if you need a store review, pop them in here. If you need if you are documenting your own journey on YouTube, yeah, pop them in here for sure. And if you need to share a link with me, you can just tell me it's in the Reddit forum. All right, so Hanil, 35 add to carts and 15 purchases. That's not terrible. You might not you might not be used to that, Jimmy, because for cheaper products and for products that don't have such a strong proposition to fix a problem, you can see a 50% drop off between add to carts and checkouts, and you can see a 50% drop off from checkouts to purchase. Check the Reddit. Nice. Yeah, this looks okay. There's a bit much going on here. I don't love these. I think those look pretty terrible, to be completely honest. I do agree with Jimmy that we could certainly clean this up a fair bit. There's stuff in here that is good, and there's stuff in here that you don't need at all. That's fantastic. Do you own this one? Is this your Giphy? And if these are not your videos, then the next thing you need to be investing in Hanil is your own UGC people, so that you own all your videos. Because as you start to scale, if the original creators of these find your URL, you will run at risk of getting a strike against you. So get those UGCs of your own up and running as quickly as possible, now that you've got a product that's working. Now, if a lot of people aren't adding the bundles, maybe we need to think twice about which bundle that we're putting in here. If this therapeutic cushion isn't getting the sales, maybe we have a look at what else we can sell there to try and increase the amount of profit that you're getting for that $25 purchase. And fantastic that you're with Afterpay. That's amazing. So a few things to test there. All right, Damon, I've already answered your question. Aaron, you've gone and edited your landing page to bring more value and scarcity. Your testing campaign for new creatives also turned back your Little Advantage Plus campaign and turned it off the other day. You thought you'd check in here, in my opinion. An Advantage Plus campaign ran for one day. Meta sent all spending on the two. Yeah, that's normal. Meta will spend all ads on more money on two ads. One day is nowhere near enough for an Advantage Plus. If you're going to run an Advantage Plus, you've got to run it for about a week, and you've got to have enough money to lose that money for about a week and still be profitable, or still be comfortable, because 1 week of Advantage Plus, you probably only start getting sales in the third and fourth day. And the reason for that is really simple. Advantage Plus, it's finding people who are not even yet in the buyer's mind frame yet. It does a fair amount of acquisition to the audiences that need to be reminded of your product. So you can't expect it to work on day one. Renu Nova. What other channels do I use for ads? I use TikTok, I use YouTube, and I use not YouTube. I use TikTok and Google Ads, but mostly Facebook. Like 90% Facebook, 10% the other ones. All right. So Aaron and Brad, guys, it's too much. That's not bad, but there's too much red going on here. It's like in my face. I can see what you're trying to do, but we don't need this much. And there is way too much text. So we've got to figure out how to do more with less. This is better. But now we have the problem that we can see everything that's inside. You've done everything that I've asked you to do there. But unfortunately, we can't see what the product's for now. Whereas here, actually a really good image. Get rid of the almost gone. Get rid of the sale. Maybe have this as the second image. Or at least have this as your first image down here. So as we scroll down, we get to see what's actually in the pack. But yeah, we've gone way too, we've overcompensated. That's what we've done. My hat goes off to you. You listened hard and you implemented, and that makes me really, really, really happy. So bloody well done. You get a gold star for that. Now we need to dial it back a bit. Now what we've got here, you've got your bonus pack, and then you've got your bonus pack here, and then you've got your thing here. We don't want to bore the users and say the same thing twice. I don't know why, but people hate that. They hate seeing the same thing twice. And this add to cart being red down here, I don't know, I don't love it. Because it's green here, so pick a color. Work with Jimmy. Jimmy can definitely help clean this up. I'm just throwing Jimmy more work. Sorry, Jimmy. Yeah, so let's go back the other way and let's see if we can make this work. I do like how you got the $1.99 here. But usually when we do this, we say worth $1.99. And it doesn't really work here because you're saying worth $199, but then you're only charging $149. So the main product has to be the same price that you're going to sell it for. So you're going to say, look, this is $149. And this free bonus pack is worth $105 and you get it for free. That's what we want to go for. Renew Nova, the main challenge you're facing is bringing people to the page. Do I have a course in this? Dude, yeah, that's why I'm here. Go to the Freedom Club. I'm the teacher here. All the students that I'm speaking to are all in the Freedom Club. Join, and you can join for free. There's a 30-day program that is free that should have everything that you need to set yourself up with your first few ads and get things pumping. And then if you want access to coaches like myself, there is a paid version of the course, but everything you need is free. Jump on in, my friend. There's a link to the course there. And we get a lot of people going in that 30-day program. A lot. Where were we? How'd he go? All right, Aaron and/or Brad. I'll see you on Thursday with all those changes. Alex. Oh, and also, when we run our Advantage Plus, we only run it when we can afford to lose. And you only run it with money that you can afford to lose. Because you just know you're going to be losing money on it for the first week or so. So if you can only afford $20 a day, then only put $20 a day on your Advantage Plus. You know, I usually start with $20 a day because I know it takes a while for the actual thing to build up with intent buyers. And, you know, I could afford to lose way more than that, but I don't because it'd be silly for me just to like throw money at it because it's a hungry beast. It will take your money. And eventually it should, like if you've done everything well and your website lines up and everything looks good, eventually you'll start making sales. But if you're like me and you launch a half-finished website, then chances are then you got holes to fix. So start small on your Advantage Plus. Give it time to develop a picture because it will bring buyers in. But you got to have all those things. You got to have a good pop-up with a really good sign-up rate. Like I'm talking 6 to 10% sign-up rate. That's the sort of thing that you need to make your website work. And then you need to have a welcome series where people are actually opening a series of, say, 5 to 8 emails, opening and clicking and purchasing. And you need to have your abandoned carts, your abandoned checkouts, your browser abandoned, all that stuff has to be done for Advantage Plus to work properly. If you don't have all those things done, go and get them done and then build an Advantage Plus. Okay, so Alex, you made an Advantage Plus. You were averaging 3 to 5 a day. You bumped the budget to $100 a day and it's gone quiet. You've been getting a lot of add to carts and checkout initiations, but most of them are dropping off. You finished setting up OmniSend with Advantage, with an abandoned cart and checkout flows now live, and you're hoping that helps a bit. Right now, you're burning through money, more money than you're making, and yeah, so drop your budget back. It's really simple. If $100, if you pumped it up to $100 per day, weren't quite ready for that yet. And this is what I mean by your Advantage Plus just burning through money. It does that. And just remember, this is the important thing. When you first start out and you go to Facebook and you say, hey, give me some sales. Facebook's like, I gotcha, bro. Your budget's like $50 a day. I've got all these people who I already know are into your hose or whatever it is that you're selling. Your what are we selling, like green? I got 100 people who I know have already looked at this on another website. I'll show them your ad first. And yeah, of those 100 people who already looked at this product from another website, they saw your ad and a whole bunch of them decided to buy after a few days. And you get excited. You're like, oh, look, I've had 10 sales in my Advantage Plus. I'm going to bump up the budget. This is a surefire winning product. And so you bump up your budget. And Facebook's like, oh, damn, you want to spend some more money, bro? I gotcha. But the people that I'm going to advertise to, well, they're not as warm as before. I already burnt through the first 100 people who'd seen this product elsewhere. I'm going to have to go out and find gardeners now. People who haven't seen your product, but they're probably going to like it. I'm going to have to go out and show these all to the gardeners. Now, some of those gardeners are going to buy from you, but your cost per purchases are going to go up. It's the nature of expanding and the nature of scaling. And on average, it can take someone 15 to 30 days to decide to buy something from you. 15 to 30 days. So if you're bumping up your Advantage Plus, it can take 15 days or more to start seeing proper results from it, if it's going to happen at all. Now, what do we do? What do we do when we want to spend more money, but our performance is dropping off? And you're seeing it here. You're seeing a lot of abandoned carts. You're seeing a lot of checkout initiations, but you're not seeing the purchases. These are people who are not quite ready. They're not so hungry that sorry, words are getting ahead of my mouth. They're not so hungry that they're going to purchase from you right now. They're thinking about it. But what can you do on your website then to start increasing the trust? This is actually exactly where I am right now on my current store that I just launched last week. We're getting 8% add to carts. Happy days. We're getting 4 or 5% reach checkout. Happy days. We're getting 1% actually purchasing from us. So I've got a problem. And the problem can only be solved by increasing customer trust. Damon says, you found that your ad gets likes and comments organically without the need to ask for it. It's a good sign to spend money on it. Yeah, it's a good sign. And then that brings up another point. You can go out and buy likes for your page. That increases trust. You could go and make more reviews on your website. That increases trust. You can go out and get some really nice UGC done. And then you can put those UGC on your website, kind of like what I do with Homecraft. You could go out and make a founder's ad for your brand, and that increases trust. And I have my founder's ads right here. So I've got ads from my wife and I. This one is me doing the founder's ad, and this one is my wife doing her solo founder's ad, and then this one is us together doing like a founder style video. You can add all of those to your store and to your ads. And when you have a real person saying, hey, I built this brand, I built this for the people that I love, I built this because I love fashion, I love crafts, whatever it is that you're selling. Damon, you're like, I like good house design and these things are gorgeous, so I built this company and we make these products. Hanil, you built this brand to help people with back pain because you saw your nana grow old with back pain. I don't know your story, but come up with your founder's story and that will become your best ad ever. And sometimes that can really increase the amount of trust people have in you. And Neil, the best place to get UGC for landing pages, use clips. Yeah, use clips are good. Fiverr is good as well. I have a bunch of people on Fiverr that I'm working with right now, probably anywhere between $150 and $200 or $300 for a video on Fiverr. Yeah, Fiverr's great. You can go to Upwork as well, and you can also use the Freedom Club. Freedom Club has some pretty good UGC creators as well. All right, so you've set up your OmniSend. Great, that's fantastic. That's what we need. You're wondering if I could look at your ad account. I could. So at Lunaloft, let's check out Lunaloft. Cool. Collagen face mask. Boost your glow. Add now for a further 5% off. That's very confusing. That's really confusing to me. Collagen glow eye mask. Collagen overnight glow mask. So, and look, I do a lot of store reviews and I shop a lot online and check out everything. And look, if I'm confused, other people are confused. And if other people are confused and they've accidentally put this on in their add to cart and they get to checkout, if you accidentally do that, right? It's inbuilt in the upsell, right? But if you get to the checkout and you still don't understand what this thing is, you're like, I could go back into my cart and I could delete it, but I got distracted. I've got to go make dinner and I'm not going to purchase this, and you forget all about it. Getting them to come back is so hard. You've really got to try and get that sale. It's an inbuilt upsell. I'd get rid of it personally. Or at least get rid of it from this bundle thing down here and maybe have it as an upsell under the add to cart. One of the things I do with Homecraft is above the cart, we've got these upsells here and they do quite well. But because you have to click it to say you want it, it's a bit better. That could be it. That could be the reason why your add to cart rates, or your initiate checkouts are so high and your conversions are so low. It could be as simple as that. All right. I won't review your ads today. What I want you to do for the next couple of days, don't burn through your cash. Just take your Advantage Pluses down to $50 a day. Something that you can afford, that you're comfortable with, because we could be testing here for another week. Review Nova, yeah, pop your link in the Reddit forum and tell me when you're done that, and I'll review your website for you, my friend. Diane, I see you there, Diane. And then Cody, we've got Pure Nest. All right. Pure Nest Glow Brush Electric Spin Scrubber. Now, good products. It's sold well. We've had some students who've made copious amounts of money with this thing. Is it still viable? Well, your testing will tell us. Good luck with this one. I hope this one works out well. It's a bit expensive at $119. I'm not saying reduce the cost. I'm just saying because it's expensive, the website's got to live up to it. Say goodbye to back-breaking scrubbing. I like that. It's just that when I look at this, I don't see how that's going to help me with back-breaking scrubbing. Still got to stand there and do it. I think it might be better off with this kind of picture here for that, if you've got it. I don't love... so I'll call you Revu, right? Because otherwise it's going to be very difficult for me to pronounce. So go to my Reddit, Elite Dropshippers. Jump in here, make a post with your link, and I will review your store. Jimmy, you've been targeting the older generation angle? Yep, good. You've advised people to get photos and videos of older people in there. Yeah, definitely. The text here looks like it's trying to be good, but it's also looking a little bit like you know. I think we need to lay it out a bit better. The cloud I don't love. And start your 30-day, it should be start your 30-day risk-free money-back trial. We got to make it very clear. My back used to ache after scrubbing. Now I just press the button and let the glow brush do the work. No bending, kneeling, protect your back, powerful scrubbing, cuts through that. Okay. That's pretty good. Don't love this either. You're almost there. It's just not quite clean. It's just not quite clean enough. That's a bit better. That's looking a bit cleaner. That's looking a bit cleaner too. One of the biggest problems with cleaning back pain. Is it? What about like she's on her knees? What about like just like knee pain? I don't think. What am I trying to say here? It's good. It's okay. But we can do better. What I want you to do is compare your page with your biggest competitor. I won't do it on stream because I don't want to like just spend all day telling you exactly what to do from another Freedom Club coach's website. But I want you to go and look at your competitors and look at how they're doing it and try to make this a bit cleaner. It's a good start. It's just, you're going to need a little bit more bling to sell this product because it's been out for so long. That's all I'm saying. All right. Other than that, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. We got that link up. Now, where were we with the rest of the questions tonight? Diane, what do I think about your site load speeds? Honestly, it's fine. Yeah, it's good enough. Your site doesn't load very slowly, you're okay. Have we got the link in here? Nope. Okay. Another question, should you hold back on launching new ads? Yes, Alex, hold back until you got your cost per purchase under control. And remember, we're testing one thing at a time. So the next thing you're testing is what happens when you take out those, I don't have them here anymore, do I? What happens when you take away that option? So test that for a couple of days. Test one change at a time. We don't want to be in a situation where we've changed 3 or 4 things, the sales start coming back, but you got no bloody idea what it was that worked. Cody, your 2 competitors have got a lot less effort. That's what's hey, show me some URLs, Cody. They have nothing with the product images. Yeah, show me an example. That will help me a lot. Because I'll be able to then tell you what's working for them. Just let me open my door here. It's getting a bit sweaty in here. Man, this room gets hot when the door's shut. Damon, you tried the product a while ago. It didn't follow through with it. You have a heap of content. Oh man, that's very generous of you, Damon. Very generous. Thank you. Got that link, Cody? And you know what? Let's try and see if we can find some others. Electric spin scrubber. All right, let's see. Let's see. You added it, review? Okay. All right, well done. And this subreddit works out well. All right. Perplexity AI. What are we doing here? I'm confused. Can I evaluate the landing page? So what are you, is this is your thing? You're selling Perplexity at, thanks Cody, I'll check that out in a second. Oh, that's pure clean. Have you got another example? Because that's, I'll explain a couple of things about that one actually. I'll explain that in a second. Access every premium AI model, conduct unlimited research and transform. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the right person to tell you whether or not your AI landing page is good enough. I am a dropshipper. Do dropshipping products. I don't sell AI models. It looks clean to me, but I don't know what AI model buyers are needing in a landing page. So I'm not the right person. This is a discount. Yeah, I'm not the right person to tell you if this is good or not. That's not what I do. I look at drop shipping. All right, so we've got super clean. All right, now here's the thing, Cody, and this is going to be really frustrating for you because these guys were the first to bring this product to the dropshipping world. And yes, you might think that their product images aren't as good as yours, but the simplicity is the key here. Look at how descriptive this is of the actual products. And the thing is, because they've been doing this for so long, and they've got 12 to 24 months ahead of you, they've built up a pixel on Facebook that makes it really easy for them to continue selling. And you're the underdog in the situation. You're coming in and you're trying to take a cut of this market. So you've got to learn everything you can from the way that they're showing the products, which is very simple. But what can you glean off this? What can you learn from your own landing page? And bear in mind, this was made at a time before I was in the program, where things were very, very simple. But as we've found, this is a great starting point. But when you add in some of the other nice things like image, text, image, these things tend to convert slightly higher, helping you in the long run. So what are these guys? What's the selling point here? Clean your shower in minutes, using less chemicals, free delivery, free guidebook. Cool. So we're going to have instructions. This is not just for old people. This is for anybody who wants to clean their shower within minutes. What they're not doing, which I would do, is say, this is for lazy people. So I wouldn't say this is for lazy people, but this is for people who don't want to work too hard. I'd figure out a way to put that in my selling points. Chemical, using less chemicals. So this is essentially a chemical-free scrubber. You can use chemicals with it, but you don't need to. That's a good selling point. Soap scum. Now this is the thing. So is your shower plagued by soap scum that you never get around to cleaning? Most of us would have that. So that is the one thing that this thing does better than anything else. It gets rid of soap scum. On yours, so what you're saying to me when I look at your page, if I don't have back pain, I don't need this, which is a lot of the population. So that you got to be careful when you try and tell people what this is for. If you tell them the wrong thing, you automatically cut them out. And we don't want to do that when we're selling something. We want to sell something to as many people as possible. Protects your back while you clean. I don't think this has any back protection in it. Nothing about this protects the back. You could, I'm getting ahead of myself. Powerful scrubbing with less effort. That's probably your best selling point. Cuts cleaning time by up to 80%. That's a good selling point too. Your angle has been trying to go back to pain-free. Your angle has been trying to go for back pain and knee pain, as your other two competitors have not gone down to this. Look, I get it, but there's doing an angle, and then there's making your whole page dedicated to it. And I mean, if you want to go down this angle, absolutely you can. If that's what you want to do. It's not what I would do, personally. However, I do see I do see people coming up with a new use for something, a really good use for something, and it's not something I ever thought of before, and they usually do really, really well. But I don't know if that is back pain for this. Let me just think for a minute. Can't you have both? Do we have to go down and specifically have back pain as the angle here? Can we not have somewhere in the middle that gets both markets? Car cleaner? I'd be worried this would scratch someone's Duco, and then you'd be up for car repairs. Good thinking though, ATN. Good thinking. Wheel cleaning might be a good thing. Cleaning your wheels. Actually, that's a fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. Is that why you deleted your message? Cleaning car wheels. God damn. Cleaning outside windows. Hell yeah. How would I make this better? Check your second competitor. Sorry, mate, I got distracted. Check your second one. Clean Elite. Don't worry, Cody. We'll come up with a plan. We'll have a plan for you. It'll just take me a minute. Ooh, that's clean. This is another Freedom Clubber. Yeah, look at that. That's a Freedom Clubber. Get 10% off. I do apologize to the coach from Pure Clean and to the person of Clean Elite for outing both your stores. Maybe you haven't hit the balance of both angles. I think so. High-powered cordless cleaning. So this is again cleaning fast and effortless. See, the thing is, like, if you try and be too clever, you miss the point that these are the selling points that have worked. Discover the secret to effortless cleaning. Look how good the video is. That's a freedom. That's an example of Freedom Club UGC. That's one of our UGC creators. She's amazing. Great video. It's slow. It's relaxed. She's smiling. Showing the attachments. I think that's what we're missing for you. I think we need. I think Damon will give you some good content to put on here. Oh, that's Pure Clean. So the content alone is going to make these images better, for sure. Because these are looking a little amateur. So if we fix these up and make them look really good, that's one thing. I'd get rid of no bending or kneeling, and to get rid of protect your back. I'd be changing this to effortlessly clean your bathroom in minutes. And then you can bring the pain angle in, but don't say this is just for pain. You can say something like, no more scrubbing on your knees. That applies to everybody. No one likes to scrub on their knees, so no more scrubbing on your knees. That's a great angle. In terms of back pain, great for people with mobility issues or pain. When you say great for, it means that you're not cutting out everybody else, but you are saying that it's great for the people with mobility issues or pain. And change this. So this isn't the selling point for this, because of that one issue. Because people who don't have pain will go, you know what? I don't have pain. I don't need this. This is for people with pain. I don't. No, but if you have effortless cleaning, and then you mention people with pain as well as, you know, it's great for them. Boom. That's everybody, and then especially people with pain. The benefits. I think just no more scrubbing by hand. Forget the waking up sore, just no more scrubbing by hand. Now we say here too, you've got an extendable handle, and we show it, but we probably, just like Pure Clean, and don't steal their images, for God's sake, don't steal the images. But we need something like this. A visual representation of how far it can go, and then how convenient it can change size. Do they have that on Pure Clean? You see here, this was when I started teaching people how to make images. See how clean they are. This is what we're missing on your page. Don't have to clean and paint anymore. I'd say something like you don't need to, something about effort. Something about effort. The GIFs are the same that Pure have used. I hope that these GIFs that Pure used weren't created by Pure, but I'm pretty sure they weren't. I'm pretty sure these are from the suppliers. Damon, you want to show us what you had? Cool. Let's take a look. Is that loading up, Damon? It wasn't loading for me. Is Vigor 8 still running? Oh yeah, here it is. Wow, that's clean. Not as clean as your new stuff. And so, can Cody take your images? Are you okay with that? Damn, dude. Damn. Gorgeous. That's a bloody design. Adjustable, retractable. Man, that's fantastic. Okay. That is extremely generous of you, Damon. Look how crisp those are. I don't think Damon's got a spare minute in his day. He's fulfilling orders left, right, and center. Damon, what camera do you use for these? Was this done with your phone? I guess you had really good lights, yeah? It's the lighting that makes all the difference. Clean every corner with easy reach. Oh, look at that breakdown there. That's fantastic. Yeah, and a before and after photo. Boom. That is amazing. Now that's a bloody landing page. Yeah, good question, Damon. Why did you stop running this one? Bigger fish to fry? I mean, I chose not to run this one too. I could have put this one into Lush Living. I chose not to run with it because I wanted something that I was looking for something I didn't know worked. You didn't tie it in with the topper. It was okay. So you were selling other stuff that was completely completely different category, and it was screwing up your pixel. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, well, Cody, I think that's the best thing that anyone could possibly give you as a gift, is to use all those images, mate. that's going to build you a very clean website. And definitely do what Damon did, since he's given you permission, and go and kill it, my friend. Simplify and make it super, super, super clean and tight. And from there, ladies and gents, I will see you all next, well, not next, this Thursday. Same time, same place. Give me all your updates and I'll give you all reviews. Till then, guys, take it easy and I'll see you later. You're welcome, Emily. And thanks for everything, Damon. And Jimmy as well. And Jess, if you watch the end of this. Thank you, guys.